What does farting, eating an orange, and a sleeping donkey have in common? All three are illegal in the United States, the land of freedom and democracy. Stick around because I'm about to take you for a wild ride among the laws that dictate the good old motherland. 1. Vermont law states that whistling underwater is strictly prohibited. Looks like someone needs to tell the authorities that it's almost physically impossible to do so in the first place. Perhaps the law only applies to this guy on YouTube who faintly managed to whistle a bit underwater. Unfortunately, he lives in California, a place where it is not, in fact, illegal to do so. 2. In Idaho, a man cannot give his partner a box of candy or chocolate. That is, if it is less than 50 pounds. And now you know it. So ladies, if you live in Idaho and your man brings you a chocolate or candy less than 50 pounds, you have more options now. For the men out there, good luck to you, my brother. 3. In New Mexico, it is illegal to hunt in a cemetery. Sure, let me just hunt this one final ghost here and my ghost collection will be complete. Come on guys, I know it's disrespectful to the dead when you disturb their graves. But hunting? What's there to hunt? Maybe in the past, these cemeteries were a part of the wild. Do you guys think the same? Comment down below to let me know. 4. It is illegal to throw hay bales from the second floor in Baltimore. Does that mean it's legal to throw them from the third floor? Laws can be so confusing at times. 5. You cannot leave a sheep unattended in your truck in Montana. So what do they want us to do? Chow on some grass with them? But I suppose it's not the most bizarre law out there, as some forgetful driver might just leave them there to starve. 6. Did you know that in Minnesota, women may have to spend 30 days in jail for dressing or playing the role of Santa Claus? It's probably because Santa is a big jolly man with a fluffy beard. Kinda sexist, isn't it? On a lighter note, many of these laws here are not in effect. So ladies, it's totally okay to snare your partner in with that Santa outfit. 7. Mississippi law states that it's illegal to swear in public in front of 2 or more people. Did they have to include the part about 2 people? So what if I swear at a single person? Is that okay? 8. You cannot keep a reptile as a pet. That is if you have a turtle less than 4 inches in length. While it seems bad, it may have to do with reptiles being poisonous in the past. Or maybe some drunk guy thought it would be funny to print it in the law. What is this state, you ask? The good old Vermont. 9. If you're in Wisconsin and you're a Karen, just go to your restaurant and check if there's cheese in the apple pie. If there's none, congratulations. You have just found a way to ruin someone's day. That's because it is illegal to serve an apple pie in Wisconsin without cheese. 10. No using ferrets for hunting in West Virginia. And if you do, I suggest you find another companion for hunting. And the reason may be something along the lines of protecting the ferret ecosystem. Finally, a law that I can agree on. 11. Don't serve a wine in a teacup in Kansas. It might offend the Brits, but seriously, Kansas state prohibits you from serving wine in teacups. Perhaps it could be confusing for a cup of tea to the other people, which may lead to deception. But honestly, I don't know where to start. Speaking of cups, I've launched a useless cup for sale. Go buy it now if you want to feel absolutely useless while watching these videos. The link is in the description. 12. If you're a party person, I suggest you listen to this law very carefully, because in Louisiana, it is illegal surprise pizza delivery to someone's house without their permission. Otherwise, you could face a fine of up to $500 or even jail time. 13. While not a real law, it's pretty famous in Texas that it is required for criminals to give their victims a 24-hour notice before committing a crime. 14. Another law in Texas states that you cannot shoot a runaway thief during the day, but you know what you can do? Shoot them during the night. 15. In Connecticut, you cannot sell pickles if they don't bounce. That's because in 1948, there was a scandal about selling fake pickles. I don't know about you guys, but I like my pickles docile. 16. While it seems like a no-brainer, you cannot bring a lion to a movie theater in Baltimore. The roars disturb the other viewers. 17. Indiana once tried to legislate the value of pi. Thankfully, math resisted the attempted rewrite, keeping its beautiful, irrational nature intact. Maths 1. Indiana 0. 18. Alaska prohibits waking a sleeping bear to take a photo. Unfortunately, it is something that needs to be done because of some people. Let sleeping bears lie, folks. No selfie is worth the potential chaos or danger of startling one of nature's most intimidating creatures. 19. In Iowa, kisses lasting more than 5 minutes are against the law. This rule may aim to prevent excessive public displays of affection. So, keep your smooches short and sweet, lovebirds, unless you're willing to risk a time violation. 20. Illinois makes it illegal to fish while sitting on a giraffe's neck. While it's doubtful anyone's attempted this, the law likely reflects an exaggerated concern for animal welfare. Either way, giraffes deserve better than being your fishing chair. 21. Hawaii bans putting coins in your ears. This strange rule might stem from concerns over safety or hygiene. Either way, leave the spare change in your pockets or wallet instead of trying to create a makeshift piggy bank out of yourself. 22. Georgia forbids using vulgar language in front of a corpse at a funeral home. This law keeps things classy during solemn occasions, so mind your manners even in death, respecting the dearly departed and those mourning their loss. 23. In Florida, singing in public while wearing a swimsuit is prohibited. I don't know about me, but I'm sure if a law like this is enacted, beaches would be abandoned in no time. 24. Another law in Florida tells you not to fart in public after after 6:30 p.m. What are they gonna do to identify them? Smell? I feel bad for the sniffing dogs. 25. Delaware law requires carrying food and drink when flying over water, just in case you get stranded. While you can question its practicality, it's a half-decent law, because there's no knowing when you might get stranded in the air. Which one of these laws did you find the most stupid so far? Let me know in the comments. 26. In Colorado, riding a horse while drunk is against the law. This ensures safety for both the rider and the horse. So, if you've had a few drinks, stick to walking or hitch a ride, leaving the trusty steed out of it. 27. Eating an orange in the bathtub is illegal in California. The reason is unclear, but perhaps it's due to plumbing concerns. Either way, keep your citrus snacks and personal hygiene separate to avoid any confusion and any possible dispute with the law. 28. Arkansas doesn't allow mispronouncing its name. Say it Arkansas, not Arkansas. This law preserves state pride and linguistic harmony, so enunciate properly when referring to the natural state or risk a stern correction from the locals who take this seriously. 29. Arizona law says donkeys can't sleep in bathtubs. This peculiar rule stems from a 1920s flood incident where rescuing a bathtub sleeping donkey caused problems. Now, it's officially a no-no, leaving donkeys to seek out alternative napping spots without breaking the law. 30. In Alabama, it's illegal to wear a fake mustache in church if it causes laughter. Apparently, they don't joke around in the church, so leave your comedy props at home and save the jokes for after the service to avoid breaking the holy rules. 31. You cannot collect seaweed during the night, but you know what is legal? Collecting them during the day. While it seems bizarre, there's a pretty good reason for it. Seaweed is needed to maintain the sea resources to maintain the marine life. Humans can't monopolize everything now, can we? 32. In Kansas, shooting rabbits from a motorboat is illegal. Maybe it's time to pick a more conventional hunting method, or just enjoy the boat ride. 33. North Carolina limits bingo games to 5 hours. Long-haul bingo enthusiasts take note. Marathon sessions are off the table. 34. Rhode Island bans impersonating an auctioneer. Keep your rapid-fire talking skills for karaoke nights, not fake bids. 35. In Denver, Colorado, letting neighbors borrow your vacuum cleaner is against the rules. Yes, they'll need to clean up their act another way. NordVPN, the best VPN out there. With this, you can access internet from any part of the world, check out their cultures, and even meet new people. With access to over 60 countries, NordVPN allows you to stay private, letting you browse in comfort. If you're someone who needs to access another country for work, or if you want to feel safer during your browsing, use NordVPN today. Link is in the description. 36. In Arizona, having more than 2 adult toys in one house is illegal. Apparently, 3 is officially considered excessive, so keep your collection modest to stay on the right side of the law. 37. California law bans eating frogs that died in a frog jumping contest. It's a peculiar way to honor the competitors, even if they didn't make it to the finish line alive. 38. Oklahoma requires a special permit signed by the mayor for dogs to gather in groups of 3 or more. Even furry friends aren't exempt from strict assembly rules here. 39. Seattle enforces a 6-month jail sentence for women sitting on a man's lap in public transit without a pillow between them. Comfort and modesty are legally required on buses and trains. 40. Frog licking is prohibited in Los Angeles. This unusual law might be a nod to preventing questionable experiments or bad habits involving amphibians. 41. Nebraska bans cocktails that mix beer and liquor. If you want both, order them separately and mix them in your mouth. Avoid breaking this strict state regulation on mixed drinks. 42. Whale fishing in Nebraska is illegal, which seems oddly redundant. As a landlocked state, they've ensured compliance with this unlikely scenario. 43. In Kansas, it's illegal to attack a vending machine if it takes your money. No kicking, punching, or prying it open. Just call it bad luck and walk away frustrated. 44. In Texas, taking more than 3 sips of beer while standing is prohibited. So sit down, relax, and enjoy your drink slowly. 45. Los Angeles law forbids husbands from beating their wives with belts wider than 2 inches unless consent is given. Or maybe it's their king. Who knows? It's a grim and baffling law that shouldn't exist. 46. In Nevada, driving a camel on the highway is illegal. To avoid breaking this law, consider another mode of transport like an elephant or even a donkey. Camels need to stick to non-highway routes. 47. North Carolina bans using elephants to plow cotton fields. Elephants might have made strong workers, but this rule ensures their labor days are over. Looks like these gentle giants are officially off duty. 48. Oregon prohibits elephants on the street. While they'd make an impressive sight, finding a legal parking spot for your elephant isn't an option. Keep your pachyderm off the public roadways. 49. South Dakota makes it illegal to sleep in cheese factories. Whether it's the smell or the danger, no snoozing among the wheels and wedges. Nap elsewhere and let the cheese workers focus. 50. Wyoming requires a permit to photograph rabbits between January and April. Whether it's protecting winter bunnies or just bureaucracy, your wildlife photography plans might need official approval during these months. Halfway there. Subscribe if it's your first time here. 51. Massachusetts bans snoring unless all bedroom windows are closed and locked. It's the law for a silent night. So, light sleepers can rest rest easy while snorers face this peculiar legal requirement. 52. In New Hampshire, tapping your feet to music in public places like restaurants or cafes is illegal. Keep your rhythm in check or save it for dancing somewhere else. No toe tapping allowed. 53. South Dakota mandates twin beds in hotels with at least 2 feet between them. Pushing them together isn't an option, ensuring some very specific sleeping arrangements for guests. 54. In Kansas, catching fish with your bare hands is illegal. It's a rule that ensures humans don't outsmart fish in close combat. Looks like fish win this round, and you'll need some proper gear to try again. 55. Missouri forbids driving with an uncaged bear. Caged bear, however, is totally acceptable. So if you're planning to hit the road with a bear, make sure it's securely contained, just in case you meet a bear-loving officer. 56. In New York, selling rabbit ears from a street cart on Sundays is illegal. This quirky law restricts the sale to other days of the week, making Sunday the off day for furry headgear on the streets. 57. Pennsylvania bans catching fish with your mouth. While it's an odd restriction, it prevents fishy antics that might be seen as unsporting. But what if you're a cat? Apparently, the same rule doesn't apply to them. 58. In Tennessee, sharing your Netflix password is illegal. So if you're using your friend's account to binge watch shows, beware. Tennessee doesn't take kindly to freeloaders and could make things very uncomfortable for password sharers. 59. Washington makes it illegal to harass Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or any undiscovered hominin subspecies. So if you see Bigfoot, remember, it's not just a creature of myth, it's also protected by law. You can't mess with this elusive legend. 60. In Alabama, it's illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket. This law prevents horse theft by stopping people from tempting horses with ice cream. So no sneaky cone-carrying tactics to get away with a steed. 61. In Arizona, adults missing more than 2 teeth are forbidden from smiling. This law has some strange implications, alongside a severe penalty for cutting down a cactus, up to 25 years in prison. Keep your teeth intact and cactus safe. 62. Some cities in Kansas ban shouting or making loud noises from balconies or windows. It's a noise control law that keeps the peace in residential areas, so no shouting matches or raucous parties are allowed to disturb the quiet. 63. Kentucky law bans dyeing ducklings blue and selling them unless you have more than 6 for sale at once. The rule is oddly specific, making you wonder what caused the state to need such a peculiar regulation for ducklings. Enjoying the video? Consider buying me a coffee. Link is in description. 64. In Oklahoma, it's illegal to bite someone else's hamburger. If you're hungry, just order your own. The law's clear. Keep your hands off other people's food, especially when it's a perfectly good hamburger sitting there, ready for enjoyment. 65. Alaska prohibits pushing a live moose out of a moving airplane. While the idea might sound ridiculous, it's apparently serious enough to become a law. However, dead moose don't have this restriction, which seems equally bizarre. 66. In Connecticut, cycling over 60 miles per hour is illegal. So if you're a super speed cyclist with a need for speed, beware. Any attempt to break the law on 2 wheels will have you breaking the law with it. 67. Iowa law states that one-armed piano players must perform for free. While this might seem harsh, it's a quirky requirement for pianists who lack one arm, adding insult to injury by denying them payment for their talent. 68. Oregon bans hunters from releasing dogs to hunt. No unleashed dog hunting here. If you plan to hunt with dogs, they need to be safely enclosed. The state's law ensures no loose animals running wild during the hunt. 69. In New York City, jumping from rooftops can lead to the death penalty. While this law seems extreme, it likely served as a deterrent for risky rooftop stunts. Just remember, there are safer ways to experience NYC's heights. 70. In Louisiana, gargling in public is illegal. Apparently, if you want fresh breath, do it quietly and away from the public eye. The law suggests silence over the sound of a good gargle. No public displays of freshness allowed. 71. Minnesota makes it illegal to cross state lines with a duck. While ducks are restricted, you're free to travel with a goose. No duck migrations across state borders, but geese are still clear to go wherever they please. 73. New Mexico prohibits dancing while wearing a sombrero. Whether it's an anti-dance or anti-cowboy stance, this rule keeps sombreros and dancing separate. If you want to dance, ditch the hat or risk violating this odd regulation. 74. Rhode Island bans throwing pickles from moving vehicles on highways. No pickle tosses allowed while driving. Keep your snacks in the car, not airborne, to avoid breaking this quirky law. A pickle-free highway is a safer highway. 75. In West Virginia, whistling underwater is illegal. Apparently, this unique rule serves some sort of mysterious purpose. If you're planning to whistle while submerged, think again. Someone might be listening for that unlawful underwater melody. 76. In Colorado, it's illegal to ride a black car on Sundays. While any other car color is fine, a black car is off limits for Sunday drives. You'll have to pick a different shade if you want to cruise. 77. Georgia law forbids eating fried chicken with a fork. This state insists on eating fried chicken the right way, by hand. So, leave your utensils behind and enjoy that crispy bird with your fingers only. 78. New Jersey makes it illegal to eat soup by sipping or slurping. The law targets loud soup eaters, so skip the slurping and sip quietly, or you may end up in a legal soup situation. 79. In Oklahoma, it's illegal to make love to a car. The law aims to prevent strange, unapproved relationships with vehicles, ensuring that cars remain strictly functional objects, not romantic partners. 80. In Maine, it's illegal to step out of a plane while it's in flight. While it seems like common sense, the law was made just in case someone forgot to consider gravity before jumping out of an airborne plane. 81. In New Jersey, it's illegal to frown at a police officer. The law suggests you must always maintain a positive expression when interacting with officers, even if the situation involves getting arrested. A frown could get you into further trouble. 82. South Carolina prohibits dancing on a crosswalk. While you might feel like busting a move while crossing, save the dance for the club. Any groove performed on a crosswalk could get you into legal trouble. 83. In Virginia, tickling a woman is illegal. This rule is in place to prevent unwanted physical contact, so gentlemen, if you plan on having fun, be sure to steer clear of any tickling. 84. Illinois bans giving lighted cigars to pets. Keeping your pets safe from nicotine, the law ensures that your furry friends remain untouched by harmful substances. No lighting up for them, even if they seem interested. 85. Massachusetts prohibits taking pictures under a skirt. This law aims to protect privacy, ensuring that no one uses their camera for inappropriate purposes. It's a strict boundary for respectful public behavior. 86. Vermont law says if a woman wears false teeth, she must get written consent from her husband. This outdated and odd regulation insists that husbands must approve their wives' choice of dental accessories, an unnecessary step in modern life. 87. In Florida, a woman can be fined for falling asleep while drying her hair. Apparently, the law requires a certain level of vigilance when using hair dryers. Don't nod off mid-dry or face a penalty for the sleepy mistake. 88. Massachusetts makes it illegal to have a gorilla in the backseat of your car. The law says the gorilla must ride in the front, shotgun style. Apparently, primates deserve the front row seat too, just like any human passenger. 89. Ohio bans getting a fish drunk. While fish don't usually show interest in alcohol, this law prohibits anyone from trying to offer them a drink. So keep your alcohol away from aquatic animals. Which one of these laws did you find the most stupid so far? Let me know in the comments. 90. Arkansas requires the Arkansas River to always remain within the state. The law is oddly strict about this waterway's boundaries. So, if the river ever tries to cross into another state, good luck with enforcing the rule. 91. Missouri outlaws bear wrestling matches. If you had plans for an impromptu wrestling session, you might want to reconsider if it's in the buff. The law bans such activities, so keep your clothes on during any friendly matches. 92. In Tennessee, anyone who has fought in a duel or participated in one is permanently banned from holding public office or doing business. Dueling may be a thing of the past, but the consequences still linger for those involved. 93. Michigan prohibits a woman from cutting her hair without her husband's permission. This law feels stuck in the past, treating women's personal grooming decisions as something that needs approval. Apparently, husbands hold the power over haircuts too. 94. Nebraska bans marriage if either party has a venereal disease. While this law might make sense for public health reasons, it's a harsh restriction on personal relationships. It keeps marriage off limits for those with certain medical conditions. 95. North Dakota makes it illegal to go to bed with your shoes on. While this rule might be designed to promote proper bedtime etiquette, it certainly complicates late-night snacks or rushing to bed when you're too tired to change. 96. Texas forbids shooting a buffalo from the second story of a hotel. If you must take down a buffalo, stick to the first floor. This quirky law draws a line on where and how you can deal with buffalo. 97. Utah mandates that you must drink milk. Whether it's for health or to support dairy farmers, this law requires all residents to drink milk. It's the state's way of ensuring everyone gets their daily dairy intake. 98. Delaware makes it illegal to change the weather. While you can't control Mother Nature, this law still gives a nod to the impossibility of manipulating weather. It's Mother Nature's world, and we're all just living in it. 99. In Mississippi, it's illegal to teach others about polygamy. The law promotes monogamy, making any lessons on polygamous practices illegal. If you're hoping to learn about multiple marriages, Mississippi has decided to keep the focus solely on one. 100. New Mexico outlaws idiots from voting. However, the law raises a big question. Who decides who's an idiot? While the intent might be to prevent ill-informed votes, the application is unclear and open to interpretation. 101. Virginia prohibits spitting on seagulls. The state wants to protect seagulls from any harm or bad treatment, even if it's just a spit. The law serves to keep peace between humans and seagull populations. As a bonus, here's another law about the new hemisphere. It is banned to sell clothes to pay off casino debts. If you find yourself in a financial bind, this law stops you from using your clothes as currency. Looks like you'll need another way to clear those gambling debts. That's it for today. If you find it funny and want another part, let me know down in the comments. And while you're at it, subscribe to see more videos like this. Until next time, the useless guy.